This panel suggests a fridge design using a vacuum and some magnets that supposedly works without energy, but it doesn't work. The idea is simple. Heat doesn't travel normally in a vacuum except for radiation like the sun, which is sending us heat. But get out of its reach, let's say behind planet Earth, and you will find the temperatures there to be super cold because there is no matter to hold heat. This panel is taking advantage of this fact by designing a vacuum box or to keep food that's hovering with magnets inside another box. The magnetic levitation concept faces a big physics problem. Achieving stable levitation with permanent magnets alone is somewhat problematic. You would need at least an active control system which requires some energy. Vacuums prevent conductive heat transfer, but they also make liquids boil. So if it's a beverage in there, it goes poof. And if it's something with moist like meat, it will be dried out. But let's assume we had some way of keeping our food from going through that. By minimizing heat transfer through insulation, some thermoses can keep coffee warm for days. But here's the thing, even in a vacuum, radiative heat transfer continues nonetheless. Your food will still slowly warm up or cool down through infrared radiation. James Webb Telescope, for example, still needs active cooling despite operating in a vacuum of space. This technique will merely keep an object at its initial temperature for longer periods of time. If it's hot, it will remain that way, and vice versa, but not forever. The vacuum acts as insulation, not refrigeration. The panel gives us a tip about painting the outside of the inner box with white paint, which is very good advice because white surfaces reflect thermal radiation efficiently. The black outer box eliminates external light interference, while the reflective inner surfaces bounce thermal radiation back and forth, minimizing absorption. The idea itself is actually well thought of. The vacuum prevents conduction and convection. Magnetic levitation prevents direct contact conduction. Reflective inner surfaces minimize radiative absorption, and the black outer box eliminates external light energy input. However, the fundamental limitations remain. Vacuums make liquids boil, and magnetic levitation requires energy. This whole system is merely an insulation rather than active refrigeration. Even when ignoring previous problems, the food will eventually reach thermal equilibrium with the room, just more slowly than when inside a regular container.